In the first year of COVID in Ireland, we find 4,154 deaths and 222,832 cases. In Ireland, a death is counted to include those who die from COVID and those who die from other causes but have COVID. So far, the method used to estimate how many people did not die from COVID was to break the cases down by age and to use 2016 data to estimate a death rate for those age brackets and to apply those death rates to the case data to estimate how many COVID deaths are not from COVID. Currently, the estimate is between 42% and 48%. Now we can check how accurate this method was. Data from the third quarter of 2020 is available now. It lists 191 COVID deaths. It also lists that respiratory and circulatory system deaths are down by over 100 each compared to the lowest value in the previous third quarters of the previous 5 years. I doubt that this is a coincidence. I think that nobody died from COVID, but 191 people had COVID when they died of respiratory or circulatory problems. Now that we know that everyone in the third quarter of 2020 did not die from COVID, we consult the weekly releases from that period. We find 101 deaths in people with comorbidities, and none in people without. The 101 does not match the 191, but this is probably because the 101 was compiled at the time, while the 191 has been compiled after there was more time to reflect on the data. What it means for us is that any COVID deaths with a comorbidity can now be taken as a comorbidity-only death. Previously, we allowed for someone to have a comorbidity and yet die from COVID, but no longer. Now we return to the data for a year. Rather, we only go to the end of January, because after that there is no comorbidity data available. We see that 82% of deaths had a comorbidity, so we put those down as not from COVID. Only 10% are from COVID, therefore 82 to 90% are not. Going forward, this will be the new method. We shall see how things develop.